welcome to Meditative Art. My name is Cindy Watson and I doodle. I love to doodle because it gets my mind off of things and it's fun too. So I'm going to just show you some of the things that I've been doodling. I started very basically with some little designs similar to this. You'll think, wow, this is way too much for me, but again, you start very simple and I'm going to show you how to make things work for you. Those are just some little things that I've done on cards. And you can notice it's just in black and white. Circles, lines, all kinds of stuff. Okay? Now I've done some other things like started with a turtle, done some little doodles on this turtle, and then I've added some other little designs. And you know, I don't make up these designs. Basically, I kind of copy them from maybe Pinterest, or I get some ideas from somebody else. Somebody makes good designs. Look at this little box. Painted it yellow, and then I just did all kinds of designs on them. So it's up to your imagination on what you can do, how you can make things work. Look at that, some more designs. All right, so it's all up to you on how you can do whatever you want to do. Then I got into some really fancy stuff. There's my frog. I like my little frog. Look at all the little designs in there. It's all circles and little designs, joining lines together, putting dots and stuff like that. So it's all up to you on how much you want to do and how far you want to go. All right, so before we start, I got to tell you some of the things you're going to need before you can play and do some drawing. You're going to need some kind of paper or a pad. You're going to need a marker. I really recommend that you get a marker that's really fine tipped, because if it's too thick, it's going to make too thick of lines for you. Get some kind of a ruler. Not necessary, but you can have a ruler. Pencil. All right. And if you want, you can get some color markers. Okay, so you think you're ready to start? Okay, before we even go any further, I'm going to kind of show you what we're going to end up making. All right, so see this? There's 4 different types of designs in there. We're going to go one at a time, and I'm going to show you how to do them. All right, so let's start. With your paper, I want you to draw a square. Any size, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to use a ruler, and I'm going to draw my lines. That's pretty easy. I like to make my corners cut off a little bit. So now, what I'd like you to do is to take your pencil, and I know this has 4 squares in it, but let's make it a little easier for yourself. Take your pencil, and I just want you to start on one side, and I just want you to make any kind of a line. See that line? Then I want you to make another kind of line. All right? Can you see that? Cool. So now I have 3 different areas that I can draw in. So in this area, I'm going to put a certain design. This area, I'm going to put a different design. And in this area, I'll put a 3rd type of design. All right, so let's start with a design. Very simple design. I want to start with this circle one. This is kind of cool. So all I do is I'm going to start anywhere in this, any quadrant. I'm going to use this one. You can use this one or that one. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to start here, and I'm going to make myself a little circle. All right? So that's where it's going to start. Then I'm going to make another circle around that one. And another circle around that one. And I don't know how many circles I'm going to go. It depends on what I'm feeling like. My circles aren't perfect, but they're circles. Okay, so now I'm going to start another one. I'm going to stop there with that circle, but I'm going to put another one in another spot. I'm going to start a circle here. Again, a circle around a circle. I'm just going to keep going. I can go fast, I can go slow. I just enjoy making the circles. This one I'm going to add an extra circle. All right, I've got 2 circles going now. I'm going to put another one over in this spot. Okay, that one's a little bit bigger than the other ones. Doesn't matter. But I made sure I don't go past this line. So see this spot right up here? There's a little space there. So I'm going to start one there. This is going to be the trick I'm going to show you. Start a little circle in the middle. All right, see how I start with a little circle? Then I'm going to do my next circle. There's nothing in the way. Then I'm going to start with a 3rd circle. Now, if you'll notice, when I get to the outside edge, I don't make my circle go all the way to the outside. I stop it. Now let's continue. I'm going to start again from the edge, but I'm going to run into the other circle. So I'm going to stop, and I'm going to pretend that I'm continuing my circle, and I'm going to join it all the way around. There. So it looks like it's behind the other circle. But I'm going to add another line to my circle, following the same pattern, making sure I don't go into the pattern that's in the front. So see, I've added some more lines. But look at how I've got this one totally behind 2 of them. I'm going to add one more line. And again, there's no rule how many lines I have to put together. It's just what I'm feeling. Oh, I like that. So I'm going to do another one here in this empty spot. All right, so there, I've added all my circles. But look, I didn't join, I went behind this one, pretended I went behind it. I got this little wee spot here, so I'm going to make a line in there, make it look like I've got a circle behind there. Extend my circles around. Look at that. All right, so I'm just going to fill in empty spaces with my circles. And then later on, I just, like I did in this picture here, if I want, I can color them. Put them all different colors if I want. Now again, see my little pencil line? I stopped at the pencil line. And eventually I could fill in all these little gaps with holes. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to move to the next one just to give you an idea. We'll come back to that after. Does that seem simple enough? So that's circles. You start with a little circle and you make circles and circles and circles. And you can do 2, you can do 15 if you want. It's up to you. Okay? So next design. Let's do some lines. What do you think? We'll do some lines. So again, now I'm going to use my ruler because I like to have straight lines. So I'm going to choose this spot to do the lines. I can start my line wherever I want. So I'm going to start and I'm going to make a line. All right. So I'm going to add it, another line that's parallel. So it's parallel. All right, so now we have that line done. 2 parallel lines. I'm going to start in a different spot, so I'm going to turn my paper around. And I'm going to make 2 more lines. But when I bring my line to this line, I'm going to stop it there and pretend like I go underneath that line. All right? So I'm going to start from the edge. When I get to this parallel line, I'm going to stop, continue on to the other edge, just to that pencil line. And then I'm going to do another line parallel to that line that I just did, again stopping at that one. All right, so look at that. It looks like an X, but it looks like this one went underneath the other one. Key point is make sure that, or you can try to make sure that this line is as thick as that line, as fat as that one. So now I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to go from a different angle. Again, I'm going to pretend I'm going underneath. So I'm going to go down the line, stop at the parallel line. Oh, I got a little spot here. And then come across, stop at my pencil line. So I'm going to go and do another stop at my main line, continue on through. All right, so there's a third line. All right, so I pretend I went underneath that. Look, I had to continue through that little section and come through there. So I'm going to try another one, but I'm going to go from here to there now. Okay, again, I'm going to turn my paper to make it easy for me to work it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. Here we go. But I'm going to stop at that line, go through this little bit, and go underneath. So it kind of looks like that. Make my parallel line, same thickness as the other ones. Stop at that line. Join here, join there. Oh, that line's a little thicker, but that's no problem. All right, so see how it looks like I'm building them underneath each other all the time. Okay, let's try another one. I'm going to go from here to there now. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's whatever your little heart desires. Whatever your pencil makes you do, or your marker makes you do. See, there we go. All right, let's try one more. Where should we go from? I'm going to try from way up here, and I'm going to work my way down this way, just to fill in this blank here. Now I got lots to go through here. Here we go. Coming through, stop at that line. Pretend there's nothing in my way. Oh, I'm going to join the line down here. Move my ruler over. Look at that line. Underneath. I'm going to try one more. Again, I said I was only going to do one more, but I'm going to go one more, because I like to, whatever my mind wants me to do. There we go. Okay, so there's the second section. So there's circles. Now these are just straight lines. All right. So now in this blank section here, I'm going to try another one. Let's do squares. Okay. So again, like the circles, I'm just going to start with a small square and make squares around squares. Okay. So, and I'm not going to use a ruler this time because I'm just going to make it work. So I'm going to make a small square. Okay. So I start with a small square. I'm going to make a square go around that square. All right. Let's do another square around that square. Just keep adding squares. So I think I'm done with that square. So I'm going to do another one in another spot on a different angle. Okay. Now as my square gets larger and I get closer to my edges, just like I did with the circles, I'm going to add some more to that one and make it a little bit bigger. But now I don't want to go over this line. I don't want to go outside that line or outside these lines. So I'm going to pretend that the line stops. So see, the line's going to stop. Might look funny now. Okay, so see how I made my square. I continued my square, but I stopped here. I stopped there. And I also stopped on the other end. So I'm going to add one more square around. See? So now I'm going to go way over here where there's a big spot, and I'm going to make another square. So you can see it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make another square. See my square, but I didn't go over those lines. So I'm going to continue making this square a little bit bigger. Notice I stopped here, stopped over there, stopped at the edges. Now look at my little spaces I have left over. So I'm just going to put some small blocks in there, and it's going to be like they're behind the blocks. Again, making sure that I don't go over some of the lines that are already there. So if I meet a line, I've got to stop. I'm almost on the edge. So my next set of lines that are going to go around to make the square, I'll have to watch when I get closer to these other lines. See? I'm going to add another square to this one. I'm going to add one more square. Just because I feel like it. Alright. Here's a space over here. I'm going to put another square in there. Make it behind. Make it look like it's going to be behind. At first, you might have to take your time and be very careful. But once you get so used to this and you're so relaxed, you're going to see, you're going to have so much fun doing this. Alright, so there's a block behind. Let's finish off. Let's keep going here. I'm going to put another block here. Alright, I'm going to go one more. going to add another block in the space. There's no rule on how many you should have. It's all up to your imagination. All right, so I added another one there. I'm going to put another one in this little spot. Oh, that's just filling in. Now notice there's a little spot over here, so I'm going to put another square. Or I can just pretend that I make this box a little bit bigger on that side, which I think I'll do. It makes more sense. And add another line over here. There. Okay, I'm going to go back to the circles now. Let's finish the circles off so you get an idea. So I added another one in there. As you can see, you can fill in the whole circle, or you can just leave it like that. So when you finished your square, what I recommend you do now is where you put those pencil lines, let's outline that with your marker. And it just kind of just finishes off your picture. And it doesn't matter if you go over your pencil line, because that can be erased. Oh, see, look at that. I've got 3 distinct areas. We started with the circles. We did the lines. This one here, you just have to practice. And the squares. Now, if you get really creative and you have crayons, you have markers, you can color the circles whichever way you want. Color the lines. Okay? So there's one type of meditative art that you could enjoy doing. I hope you enjoyed that.